Following Christ is not just about adding Jesus to our lives, it's about surrendering our lives completely to Him. It means leaving the old man behind, the patterns, desires, and mindsets that once defined us. Ephesians 4:22 through 24 tells us, "You were taught with regard to your former way of life to put off your old self, which is being corrupted by its deceitful desires, to be made new in the attitude of your minds, and put on the new self, created to be like God in true righteousness and holiness." This transformation is not always instant, and it's never easy. Dying to self is a daily process. It requires intentionality, obedience, and perseverance. But this is how we begin to walk in the fullness of Christ, not just as believers, but as disciples. When you walk with Jesus, you begin to realize it's no longer about you. Your goals, your pride, your comfort, they all begin to shift under the weight of His greater purpose. And yet, this surrender is not a loss, it's a gain. Because we exchange our brokenness for His wholeness, our weakness for His strength, our plans for His perfect will. Galatians 2:20 says, "I have been crucified with Christ, and no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave Himself for me." And yes, this walk is hard. Troubles and tribulations will come, but as a Christian, these trials are no longer just burdens. They're soil where spiritual growth begins. Romans 5:3 and 4 says, "Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance. Perseverance produces character, and character produces hope." There will be seasons where you feel set apart, misunderstood, left out, even alone. But remember, being set apart is part of your calling. Holiness requires separation. You weren't meant to fit in with the world. You were chosen to reflect something greater. 1 Peter 2:9 says, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out into darkness into His wonderful light." God is not calling you out of something. He's calling you into something far better. Into identity, into purpose, into Christ-likeness. Take a moment today to examine your heart. Are there any parts of the old self you're still clinging to? Lay them down. Surrender them at the feet of Jesus. This walk isn't easy, but the reward is eternal. Keep pressing on. You are being transformed day by day. Philippians 1:6 says, "And He who began a good work in you will carry it on unto completion."